Welcome to the summit, Being No More, No Less, the Mind at Rest. And I can now introduce you to Judith Puckmayr. Welcome.
Hello, Susan. So good to be with you.
Thank you for being here. And you are a dance movement psychotherapist and a soul companion, a wisdom teacher, and also a landscape architect. And today we're going to talk about being, who we are, our being. And maybe I'll let you take over. And what is this being, or what is it that we are?
Well, I love that the word true nature has the word nature in it and truth. And for me, it very much includes our bodies. So in my experience, being is what surrounds our body, but also is inside of our bodies, is what is animating our bodies, our expression. And being itself is the space, is like a safe, warm space, benevolent space that surrounds every cell, every molecule, and can bring great safety and well-being to our system. Yeah. So I love that it includes nature, because as we're coming into sensation and the felt sense of being, what is being revealed through feeling our way through being is an incredible richness, a very rich tapestry. And sometimes it can feel like an inner garden or a rainforest on the inside. Yeah, very rich.
Yeah. Oh,
But it's forever changing.
yeah.
Forever the same and also changing. Very intimate.
Yeah.
Very intimate to be with what is.
To be with what is. Yeah. So it's like because what is being, is just what is. And so just being with that or but somewhere I guess we automatically are just what is, and we are actually just being with what is because we don't have any other choice, right?
So true.
But it just doesn't seem like that a lot of times for us. It seems like I don't feel that rainforest you talk about, or I don't feel being intimate with life or as life. It's oftentimes it feels like it's like we are lacking something. Or we're always looking for something else. It's almost like a drive within us. What is that? And what is that just part of being a human, maybe?
Yeah, this movement away, as you describe it, or seeking or looking for something else, that's already a movement away from what is deeply felt and experienced on the inside. So the invitation is to stay even with that movement and to feel that through our body. Where is that impulse to want to move away? Where does that live inside of our bodies? And we can stay with that a little longer. And as we're staying and are being present with something, it starts to unfold bit by bit, slowly and gently. Yeah. So that's already a movement away. And very natural. It's very natural that we don't want to feel discomfort or uncomfortable sensations in the body. Yeah. So that is what that movement away is. I don't want to feel discomfort. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes being a human being is uncomfortable, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's a mix of everything. It really is. I sometimes talk about a roller coaster, right? Life is like a roller coaster, and it's just like, whoa, you're on this wild ride. And
Yeah.
it's, yeah, it's just very common out there that people seem to be in their own worlds, like, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like there's that openness, and life is so busy, and it's always about do, and somewhere we overlook that simple being we are. And what can we do about that? But is there anything, like, what do you, with the people you work with, and so you're a dance movement psychotherapist, it seems like maybe you're doing a lot with the body.
Mm. Yeah. Both through movement and through sensing. Yeah. So right now, as we are here together, I would invite us, and anyone watching can join in, allowing ourselves to slow down, let's connect to our breathing, just feeling into the contact with the ground, being here as we are. Yeah, and maybe noticing a field of presence surrounding our bodies, inside of our bodies, already spacious, including all the sensations and feelings here. Yeah, and maybe adding a little warmth towards our bodies, some tenderness. Yeah, and then as I'm connecting with you, Susan, just allowing myself to feel the field between us, whilst also connecting with the sensations in my body. Because that's it. That is where I can feel you, in the heart area. It's like through the felt sense we connect. Yeah, and then noticing what that is like in this moment. That's right. We so deeply long to connect, to feel connection. Mm. Mm. Yeah, here
Yeah.
we are. Just like this. Mm. What are you noticing?
Yeah, I feel more settled in the body, you could say, or more relaxed in the body. It's like you put the attention there, and then it's almost like you feel it more. It's like, oh, I feel my body a lot more. It's like the warmth of it, and it's almost like these little tingly cells, or it's yeah, it feels more vibrant or intimate, you could say. Yeah.
Oh yeah, tingly and vibrant. Yeah.
Yeah,
The body is made up of vibration. Yeah. Mm.
yeah,
Like a vibratory reality.
yeah,
And then we can maybe notice that our bodies, or as you said, our cells, they are made up of deep intelligence, and they respond to our presence, to the quality of our attention. Yeah, they respond back. And it can take a little time. Initially, body may not be responding very much. It's a bit like a plant that hasn't been watered for a long time. Initially, it doesn't respond very much because it's just so thirsty. Yeah. And the same it is with our bodies. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time for them to come alive again. Yeah, to respond. Yeah. So the rainforest came after many years of sitting.
yeah,
I just wanna name that. And yet, the love that we are, the compassion that we already are, just so loves to be with what is, and has no agenda. It just loves to hang out and get to know what's here and rest. And it is actually a very, very organic unfoldment. Yeah. That the body starts to kind of lean into us, and we as presence lean into the body. And it's like a divine love affair, form and formlessness. Mm.
yeah,
So that's really been my longing here, was that to have a felt sense of my true nature. Yeah, a direct felt sense experience, and to be able to live it. Yeah, and that happens through the body. So it includes the body.
yeah. Yeah, it includes the body and everything, the world, or yeah, life. Or it's all inclusive. Yeah, yeah. It's interesting how we seem to get so lost in our thoughts and our minds that we kind of forget just to rest in the body and just really have this bodily experience, which we have anyways, right? But it's yeah, it's not so intimate when we're always busy with the thoughts and busy with everything, right? So you
It's also interesting what happens to the mind when attention rests more downwards, like into the heart, into the belly area, into ground. It's interesting to notice what happens to mind.
yeah,
Maybe then even mind can find greater rest. I love that your title includes the mind at rest.
yeah,
Yeah. Is that really what it longs for?
yeah,
It also has a heart and deep intelligence, the mind. Yeah.
yeah. So there's something about yeah, the openness to the moment, and because somewhere it's like then we automatically really feel this vibrancy and intimacy, right? It's like the veil is gone, and whew, it's that's why it is said there's nothing you can do, or there's nothing you do to be who you are, because you already are it. You're already that love and compassion, right? But it's somewhere then when you're really embodied in your body, or and in the world and in life, or so somewhere it may feel more like you are alive, or
Yeah, because we as compassion, we're going to feel whatever the body is feeling. We're actually empathing the body's experience of each moment. So whilst there's nothing to do, there is also something to do, which is the body at some point will call us as compassion to permeate it deeply with presence. So it'll call out to us and say to us, touch me, permeate me, stroke me. Yeah. Take care of me. And our care has an impact of our experience of the body. Yeah. But it's not a doing as such. It's a, could say, a loving or a tending to. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see how all the contractions we have a lot in the tension. If you relax in your body and you just kind of even let go of it, and automatically you are in this love all the time. You are made of it, really. So it's like, yeah. So it's more an action maybe of not holding on to all this contraction and tension, but yeah, I don't have to hold on to it. And when I don't, I'm automatically, organically, or like you said, you keep watering the plant, and somewhere it just the contraction and tension kind of falls away on its own.
That's right. It's like in the field of being, our bodies can find safety and rest. That's really what bodies need and long for, is to feel safe here. Yeah. And how can we be with our bodies to support them in feeling safe? I mean, my body asks for a lot of kindness and slowing down, deep listening. Yeah. And then we can even honor the contractions in the body, deeply honor them. And something that I learned from Pamela is to bow to everything that arises here. And through bowing, basically we're saying to whatever shows itself up here, I honor you as the divine. And then even contraction can start to reveal its true nature to us. Yeah, which really is natural strength, deep protection. This body only ever contracted out of wanting to protect our innocence. Yeah. But when our bodies feel like there's another source of protection here, us as being or us as presence, then the inner protectors kind of can start to unwind. Yeah, there's something greater here holding us and looking out for us. Yeah, and they can start to kind of soften and unwind.
Yeah. Yeah. And you could say what's holding us, or what we will never really know, right? It's just unknowable what that actually is. But it doesn't really matter, really. It's because that's just the mind that wants to know, what is my true source? But it's fine right now. This humaning is happening, right? And it's like, okay, enjoy the humaning, what is going on, kind of thing. Yeah. And the humaning is including a human body and other bodies and interactions. And yeah, it's quite an adventure. So the dance movement you also do is I myself, I love dancing. I love moving around, and I love nature. I love hiking in nature. And there's something about a movement, and that also feels very intimate, I think. And what was your experience with the dancing and movement and nature? Because you're a landscape architect too, water shaman also, and yeah.
Yeah, what's so beautiful about exploring through movement is that we get to really experience directly and feel both the body being moved and body moving. And like there's something intimately moving the body. Like, what is that? Like if we sense into the hands and let the hands just move a little bit, and coming into the inside of the felt sense inside of our hands. If we feel a bit more closely into that and even remove the idea of hands, it's actually space. Yeah. Tingling space. And then is there even any distinction between inside hands and outside hands? Yeah. It's a beautiful way of exploring reality. Yeah. And there's something also about giving permission I find really supportive. Giving permission for our bodies to express, to be, to flow. Every movement, every sound is like an offering. Yeah, movement of divinity, of being.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the movement of life, like the vibrations, the cells, everything is movement, energy, right? And you maybe you just kind of pay more attention to that, and then you, wow, this feels really nice, or and sometimes not so nice, like pain, right? That's also a movement that does not feel good. Yeah, so it's
right. I mean, sometimes body needs to be given space to cry and grieve and maybe stomp and kick and scream. Yeah. And there's something innate within the body that kind of it has a wisdom of how to bring itself back into balance or harmony. Yeah, what it needs to do and how it needs to move or be.
Yeah. So it has like that wisdom. It knows, the body knows what to do and what to heal. That's what we often hear about, that, yeah, the body knows how to heal itself. And so it's also maybe trusting our bodies more, and getting messages from the body maybe, or sometimes that can be helpful for us, or just for our daily living and our health.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. I mean, that's what I've been finding, is that life actually gets very simple. Body lets us know what it likes and what it doesn't like and what it needs. And it feels like my job as presence is to support my body in that. Yeah, to listen and to follow. In a way, it's very simple. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I don't listen, it kicks and screams until I listen. Eventually, its messages are so loud, I just can't ignore them.
Yeah. Yeah, so it sounds a lot like a flow. It's like a flow the flow of life, and you kind of just live with that and experience that, and and not.
It's beautiful. The true nature of body is flow. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, I can just go with the flow, and I don't have to always interpret everything about the flow, or interpret, or have my mind describe what's going on, or because it's almost like then the intimacy is not there in the same way, and yeah, it's just such a habit for human beings to do that, to always go to the head of always labeling and naming and all that, right? And it's kind of, yeah, but I guess that's what's happening, so that's what's happening.
Yeah, and again, the mind does it out of the need for safety. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we can be kind and gentle with our mind as well. Say, oh, you're safe. Come here, come rest.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. It's doing it to protect us, and it's a pattern, and but I guess as we bow to everything, include everything, even if it's not actually a person doing that, but as long as everything is allowed somewhere, it yeah, it transforms maybe, or it's that pattern can be released, or
That's right. The mind also longs for its freedom.
yeah.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's the whole movement. I do like it a lot. Like, okay, and this feels very much like you're alive, right? And there is something about when you stop moving, you then, yeah, I guess you die, right? I mean, eventually, when you completely stop moving, you're dead, right? But, yeah, but it's a constant movement of the opposites, and that's what makes things move, right? Yeah, all this, like a dance, or the rainforest full of life, and, yeah.
That's right. And all of that, all of those movements happen within the space of you. Yeah.
Yeah, in the space that we are.
The vastness of your being, which includes all movements, is the source of all movements. Mm.
Yeah, the vastness. Yeah.
Yeah.
that
Remember,
we just don't know what is really, but, and yeah.
and even that can also be felt through the body, like right now in this moment. Just allowing ourselves to just feel into the field around the body in all directions. Below the body. It's like we're letting our being stretch out in all directions. Then what's here? What's that like?
Yeah. Yeah, all the senses, and just, yeah.
Like, does that have any boundaries?
Yeah, that's a good question. Because it doesn't really, like the hand, the exercise too, it's like, yeah, it's where do I start? Where do I begin? Or end? Or it's the borders become very blurry and like borderless. So, yeah.
That's beautiful. Yeah. Then it becomes like a direct felt sense, felt experience. Yeah. It's reality. Mm. We can rest our attention there. Something also happens when we rest attention on being itself, which, as you said, it's very mysterious what it is. And yet we can somehow feel and experience it through the senses. Mm. Mm.
Yeah.
As space, as warmth. And it's nourishing.
Yeah. And there's also a lot about this silence, this stillness. It's a lot about that, because it does feel like there's this stillness that is very warm and full. Yeah. So kind of
Noticing the
out there,
stillness. Sorry, what did you say?
kind of hang out there in that stillness, silence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're hanging out. I love that. We're hanging out in stillness,
Yeah.
in warm, benevolent space.
Yeah. Wow. Well, thank you so much. I'm just gonna chill the rest of the day.
Maybe forever.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? You can do chores in life and all that in as that space. So yeah, it's not either or, right?
No, it's so beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, that space is moving and animating the body. It gets to do the dishes and cook, talk to friends.
Oh wow. Well, thank you so much. It's been really beautiful, very intimate experience. Yeah.
It's so beautiful to connect with you and
Yeah.
feel you.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? Like through computer, even though we're not here in person. Or yeah. Your website. What's your website so people can get in touch with you? I know you have some different events going on.
My website is oasisofbeing.com, and I run regular satsang circles or soul sanctuaries, as well as guided meditations that are really designed to deeply support us to drop into our bodies and into being and speak to ourselves. And I offer one-to-one sessions as well. Yeah, where we explore together through the senses and through our bodies what is true. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you again, Judith. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm feeling very touched by our exploration.
Yeah. Yeah, and life, right? Life is just an exploration, right? Life is exploration. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye. And